Welcome back to Candy Adventures. I'm Chris.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And we're exhausted. We have been working 50 to 60 hour work weeks, both of us, since we got these new jobs. We've been here about a month in California now. And if you didn't know, we live about an hour away from any kind of facilities whatsoever, which means we got a lot of built up laundry. We exercise. It's very hot here. You can see it's 98 degrees today. And Elizabeth told me, because we had some donors from the last video, that we get to go have restaurant food. And I haven't had restaurant food in a long time. I'm very excited for In-N-Out, but first we got to do our chores, which is laundry. And I want to show you a really cool way that we have found and started doing our laundry.
Let's go see.
So I'm very excited to show everybody this. One night before we got out of work, we were able to stop by a Home Depot before it closed. Again, we work 10 and 11 hour days. So we were able to stop and get two of these tubs that were on sale, 2 for $8. And then we bought a paint mixer that goes on a drill. I think you can see where this is going. We actually did do laundry the first time we got here, and it cost us $10 in quarters, and then the machine kept eating all of our quarters. $10 in quarters for one wash. It doesn't like to feed the quarters very well.
It's like a solid minute of feeding quarters. Do you need 50 more cents?
So it was $9.75 and I just took a 10 out. So it didn't count all the quarters. So it missed about $1 worth of quarters. So not only is it an hour drive or so to get to a laundromat, but once you get there, is it open and is it going to eat your quarters? So we got really tired of that after doing that twice. So we bought 2 buckets. And
what does this first bucket look like? The
first bucket, we drilled a bunch of 1/2-inch holes in the bottom. With the same drill, because everything's multi-purpose here at Candy Adventures, was the same drill that drilled a bunch of holes in the bottom. So this is your wash basin. The wash basin goes inside here. And you can see, whoa, the second bucket has water in it. And then this is your agitator. Then, when your clothes are done, you pull the top bucket out. All the water drains out through those holes.
And you'll think, your clothes are still gonna be super wet.
Then you take it, and it's reversible because everything has more than one use here at Candy Adventures. This is weight. All the water in there is heavy, and it's gonna squish down.
Squish.
And all the holes on the bottom squish most of the water out, not all of it, but... Oh, Hans! So we've been doing blankets and towels and stuff, and it does pretty well. The only thing with that bigger stuff and longer pieces of clothing is it gets wrapped up in here and it makes a big clothes ball, which is fine. It still washes and it still slings it around on the agitator, but I need to figure out some sort of design to make this slightly bigger around and close off some of these holes, I think, so clothes don't get stuck in there so easily. But it still works pretty well, so let's go ahead and give it a shot. You just hit reverse just like your normal washing machine does, and it slings it off the other way.
The original DIY and other YouTubers that have shown this typically use a plunger, and they'll put holes in the plunger and then it's in a 5-gallon bucket and it looks like you're churning butter. When we went to Home Depot to try to get a plunger, the only one that they had was in a caddy set for $20.
So it was actually cheaper for us to buy the drill attachment and these 2 tubs than it was to buy a plunger.
Yeah, and that wasn't including like 2 5-gallon buckets, which would be, you know, half the size of these. What are you doing? showers and putting on clean clothes.
You city folk are all the same.
Can't handle a little water. Don't.
That's pert near clean.
Ew.
Little soap still, but it's pert near clean.
What is partner? I need you to translate. Partner?
It's pert near clean, pretty near.
Oh, partner.
That's pretty near clean. That's pert near clean.
All right. Don't get your nice shoes wet.
You don't want to get too much of that water out, because just like a good woman, you need some more cushion for the pushing. And the extra cushion, that weight, helps push the water out the bottom of the holes.
There's a lot of water still left in there.
There's plenty of cushion doing plenty of pushing. You can just give it a little extra push. You can let it sit, but you can see when you push on it how much water comes out.
Now what's left?
Now you just hang it up. I'll take you over and show you where. So this is our hanging station. Again, it's 98 degrees here and there's almost no humidity. We just washed these a minute ago and they're on the way to being dry. This is all Mona's accoutrement here. That's her blanket, and then she gets a little too chilly because we cranked the AC, so we put her in this little Bert and Ernie blanket, and that's what keeps her warm.
We, meaning you. You tuck in your little princess
No,
angel.
everybody does it. It's not just me.
No. And the good thing about the campground being empty is that nobody sees your undies hanging in the sun.
If people knew what I wore, damn, they'd have a field day.
You hinting that the thong is yours.
It ain't a hint. It's comfortable. Everything else feels like it slows me down.
Oh, you like feel the wind in that one.
All right, so we got our laundry up. We won't bore with you any more of the laundry because we're gonna hop in the truck. We live in the desert here, desert-ish, and we're really excited to go see the ocean a little bit today before the sun goes down because we are exhausted after work. We got most of our chores done. So let's go to see if we can find a fishing shop and an In-N-Out and a beach.
Yeah. Bean babe, are you going on a trip with us?
If you're thinking to yourself, gee, wow, it sure seems like Candy Adventures is trying to pass off them doing chores on their day off as a video.
And it seems very rushed and chaotic and unorganized.
You may be right.
We are working, I think we just worked 52 hours this week. And so then our 2 days off, one of them is basically a dedicated editing day because our shifts are smack dab in the middle and we're gone for about 12 hours a day. So there's no time before or after a shift to edit.
Also, where we live, everything closes super early. So if we need to go try to do anything, buy groceries, again, our water situation currently, it's not potable. Mm-hmm. So to go refill water and go do anything, we can't get it done because everything closes and everything is an hour away from where we currently live. And that's an hour each direction. And
yeah,
everything's closed by the time we get home. So dedicated editing day and then a chore day. We're trying to figure out how to make this work as best as possible. So today, if it seems a little anxious and thrown together, and it is a little.
Yeah, because it's a little bit reflective of life at the moment. You know, we have to work for a paycheck, so that's just, it is what it is, and you tried to work with the 2 days that you have off.
Today is also going to be trying to shorten the load a little bit for the next video. I want to try something called crab snaring. I thought this was a joke. It seems like something out of a Looney Tunes cartoon.
It does. It seems like a practical joke, like someone's trying to play a trick on you.
It's basically a little bait pod that is got snares all over it, and you throw it out with a fishing pole, and Dungeness crab and 2 different kinds of rock crabs around here, which look very similar to the Dungeness crab, and apparently they're all delicious. You put a little bait in the middle, all the snares are around it, and you just throw it out there. You don't really feel any bites or anything. It just, after there's some time has passed, you pull hard on it and reel in on it, and all the snares
just tangle up the crab.
Yeah, hopefully get a crab or 2. So this seems very exciting to me, and we're gonna go buy some snares so that for next video we don't have to make a 2-hour run in one direction to go to a fishing shop and then try to film the video also.
Most of the fishing shops have conveniently closed at 4:30 and 5 o'clock, and we just figured out the water situation at 3:30 today. So then we rushed to take a shower because we hadn't taken a shower in 24 hours and we were disgusting, and then did our laundry and then hustled, and that's already 2 fishing shops that are closed. So we think that there's 1 more left.
And we're very excited. I'm not worried about In-N-Out because I'm pretty sure
they're open pretty late.
Yeah. We've eaten food from a gas station almost exclusively for about 3 weeks now because
every single day
there happens to be one on the way to work.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rosa. Apparently is the name of the lady. I've never met her.
She makes burritos and salads.
I've eaten her burritos and salad every day now for 3 weeks. So if Rosa, if you're out there,
thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart, for your delicious food.
Gracias.
I like to think you're a little bit older abuela. A very loving, caring, kind, gentle eyes is what I think every time I eat your food. So thank you.
You give big warm hugs.
Thank you.
If you were a hug person. The reason why we're focusing on In-N-Out specifically is because 2 of the people that donate to our channel specified that donations were for In-N-Out, and one of the donors specified that I had to try the 4x4 or quad animal style. I think it's 4 burger patties instead of 1, and I want to do it because I've always wanted to do a food eating challenge like the glutton that I am.
Dream big. Dream big.
It seems like something that I can reach at some point in my life. One achievement that I can, tick off the list there.
That makes you happy, tick it off.
Yeah.
I'm just excited we get to eat from a restaurant and it's going to be warm and it's not out of the cold case of a gas station.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited about warm restaurant food after living kind of isolated in our lonely campground for a long time.
There is luxury to eating at a table. Since we've just been on the road, I guess for a month now, between work and then moving, or even in the camper, we don't have the table set up. So you're constantly just holding whatever it is that you're eating, and it just drops in your lap every now and then, and it's inevitable.
This twisty road you can see in the drone footage, we eat dinner on that every single night on the way home from work. And I eat a pork burrito every night on the way home from work on that twisty road.
Yeah.
And it's a 1997 Chevy S10 that probably hasn't had any suspension work done since 1997. And most of that burrito winds up in the floor.
It just vibrates out the rice and all the bumps and stuff.
Very excited to eat a burrito or eat a hot sandwich
at a table
somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. So hopefully we're going to be able to get the fishing supplies, get some In-N-Out, and go find a beach or some pretty overlook somewhere because I want to see the ocean so bad and eat some In-N-Out in this video.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Very excited.
We'll see you at a fishing store or something.
Goes to your line. Stinky bait goes in here, and all these snares lay around the outside of it.
And then what happens?
And you catch something, when you pull, this is zip tied together, but when you pull all these snares, it ensnares something, and as long as you keep tension on it, and you get it back to your boat, you can catch a crab. But it seems nonsense. But
We've gotten a few shout outs from this other channel, Luke McFadden. He's a huge commercial blue crabber. And I just need you to know, Luke, that blue crabs are repped all the way over here in California in this random sports shop. So there you go. Thinking of you, and here's your shout out from us on this tiny channel. It's really taking some getting used to that every store we've been to, you walk out with everything in your hands because they don't have bags, period. Or some, if you do, you get charged 10 cents per bag minimum.
And everything's got a tax. I bought plywood yesterday to make a shelf. 6-cent charge on wood.
It just said lumber tax.
Every time you buy a drink,
yeah, there's a
6-cent
beverage
charge on beverages.
It's a beverage tax. It's like 6 cents. This is crazy. All right, now that we're not in a public store.
And it's not tied up because we bought it. You can see the bait goes in here. You cast this thing out with a fishing rod. And all these little snares lay out like this. All over it. And then when the crab walks up to pick the food out of here, they get their legs in here or their claws as they're standing around this, because this is on the bottom of the ocean. And then after there's been some time, when you yank your line, all these snares will ensnare the crab.
Oh no!
And so they just get hung either on their carapace or on their legs or claws or whatever. If they're anywhere around this, they're going to be standing where a leg gets hung.
They just get hooked up.
And
yeah.
I would have never have guessed that this works, but I've been watching videos and apparently it does work, and sometimes 2 or 3 crabs might be on here, but it's a game of chance because you can't really feel them. It's not like a fish that bites it and runs off.
Yeah.
It's just you're hoping that when you pull on the line that a crab is standing near this and that you snare them. So this seems very Looney Tunes to me, but I'm very excited to try it.
We like the game of chance. We also don't know what to do for bait. So there's this bag of anchovies. How much was this?
I don't know. Some things didn't have a price, but I do love Big 5 Sports. It's like what Dick's used to be, where there's guns and there's hunting stuff and fishing stuff, and now Dick's is almost exclusively like apparel. So
and it's like name brand apparel. It's not just like generic stuff.
Yeah,
like they had like generic shirts and sweatshirts and whatever.
Which is what a sporting goods store should be. So I like to see that Big 5 is still a cool sporting goods store.
Keeping it alive.
And we don't know what to do about bait, so for the next video we're going to try something saltwater. We did figure out how to catch sand fleas here, and they are in just an abundance of them in the one beach we went to. So hopefully we can find sand fleas, and if not, we can use these for bait because there's striper in their ocean here, there's lingcod, there's crabs. So I'm very excited to hit the saltwater.
What are we going to hit now?
In and out. I'm gonna go get some smash. Do they do smash burgers?
I don't know. Do they?
That might be somewhere different. We're gonna go do In and Out if I can find one. This crazy place is Chick-fil-A busy. What a nice parking place. I like it when I'm not driving the F-250 all the time for these little occasions.
When you get to just slip into this tiny narrow spot. Oh my god, that bag is sloppy. Alright, we got the order done.
Yeah, that's certainly an experience. This is busy. This is busier than even any busy Chick-fil-A I've been to.
Yeah, it is crazy. I mean, they were trying to keep it as clean as possible, and it was still super organized, but that is a ton of people they are processing through.
Efficient and clean. And I also like that it is not the homogenized nonsense that every other fast food chain is right now, where it's all like monochromatic corporate style. You know, it still looks like a fast food restaurant there.
Yeah, they had
I like
a very styled red and white and tile and like retro lighting, so it's pretty cool. I have no idea what I ordered. I like ordering blindly. We just did this the other day actually at a roadside trailer and ended up getting
pork skin Takis.
We just got off work and stopped at this random stand on the side of the highway and got something that we didn't know what it was, but it came in a bag.
It's pickled pig skin. I thought I was eating squid. First I thought it was onions, and I said, that's not onions. That's too chewy to be onions. Maybe it's squid. Pickled pig skin.
Pork skin Takis.
With hot sauce and cucumbers.
Pickled pork skin Takis.
And candied peanuts.
Yeah, we had no idea what it was. We really just pointed at the picture. So when someone said, hey, I'll give you money to order this, I'm like, okay. So I just reiterated exactly what they said, which was the quad animal style, and the guy knew what it was, so it's in the bag.
We also underdressed for this. As you can see, the sun is setting in the background. Where we live, even though it's very close to here, it's about an hour away.
And it's 20 degrees warmer.
It was 98 degrees when we left. And hashtag Nick Lachey never forget. But it is currently like 60 degrees, and I need a light jacket. That is a mess right there. That is a delicious. It was leaking through it makes the bag translucent with the grease. You know it's gonna be good. So I don't know how you're gonna eat that.
It's 4 patties. Look at that crammed in there. Oh, I'm so ready.
We were gonna eat at a picnic table here and have a nice sunset thing on our last day off before we have to go back to work tomorrow.
But there's
no tables.
Hobos.
And there's some unauthorized tent campers all around the beach, and there's nowhere that we could sit down to eat. So yeah. We're just gonna eat. We are 100 feet from the beach.
And we're gonna eat in the car.
Yeah.
So we haven't broken that streak yet, but maybe one day.
All right, this is gonna be a mess. But we almost exclusively eat in the car at this point. And even though we're technically not eating in the car, we still are, because we literally live in the bed of our pickup truck. So even when we're not technically eating in the car, we are.
We are. So welcome to Trash Life. This is what it looks like. Well, it's like a chili sauce or something. Oh yeah.
I was hoping that we could fish with these crab snares a little bit, but I think we're going to run out of time because we have to be up for work tomorrow, and we're still on like an hour and a half from where we're currently living in our camper. So we're going to pound this down. Thank you to their donors so that we could have real dinner that's hot and not noodles or Spam again for dinner. So this is awesome.
Thank you. I'm destroying this and absolutely loving it. We really appreciate those that have donated and just watched and commented and followed us all the way from Guam. A lot of you have stuck around all the way from Guam.
It's the biggest subscriber jump we've ever had in the last 2 videos.
Yeah.
So that's super awesome to see, because we check it. It's like crack addicts. We're checking it constantly. Like, are we getting any subscribers? Is anybody watching? Are we doing the right thing?
Yeah.
You know, so maybe the military can hold off for just a little while longer. So super awesome. I think after this we might walk down this bike path a little bit. We've already got plans to try to fish this bike path because we have all these e-bikes now, and we have crab fishing stuff, and we've already found there's a lot of no fishing zones, and we're figuring out where we can fish and where we can't.
The legislation is kind of hard to maneuver here as far as fishing and kind of outdoor regulations. So.
Confusing. It changes a lot.
Yeah.
Some places change by the week. You literally have to call a number and see if it's open or not. So
then we called the office and they said, they reiterated the exact regulation we read and then said, well, yeah, that doesn't make sense to me either. Yeah. I don't know.
I called a number and had a lady talk through the regulation with me, and she read the PDF, and then she said, yes, that's very confusing. And then she gave my number to someone else to call me back, and that never happened. So I've been trying to figure out how to fish here. It's very confusing. So, but we're learning and we're trying. We're not giving up. So.
No, we want to do exciting things. We don't want to become a channel that's like just a vloggy restaurant channel. Like, we like to go do exploration videos and fishing videos. We even looked at hunting already, but there's no way we can swing that.
No, it's $600 for a deer tag because we're out of state technically.
Yeah, the hunting license is like over $300 for one person. Then the first deer tag is $350. Then you have to take a hunter's certification equivalency test, which is $60.
And that's not even for like elk or some of these big.
That's just for a
bighorn sheep.
Deer.
No, the black-tailed deer.
Yeah.
So probably won't do a hunting video here. But I'm going to finish this, and I think we're going to take a walk on this beach a little bit before we have to go back to work tomorrow and clean pit toilets and do all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah.
Sorry this wasn't the most exciting video. This is what we could cram into the last 4 hours of daylight with the little bit of time that we had left. This last video that you'll have already seen took almost 20 hours to edit, so...
That's hard to do when you work 50, 60 hours a week, then you're editing 20 hours a week. And
it's hard, but we're trying to make do. So thank you so much for sticking around, and we'll see you out on the beach in just a second. Where's it going? Oh yeah. What do you think of the consistency and texture? How do you rate it?
Is it better than the dead bird you ate this morning? Is it better than that?
Don't shame her like that. We did roll in dead birds, so. Do you think if you walk up slowly, you can get it? Who knows?